reading for Cancer. And Cancer, this is a question about what is most on your mind and how to resolve it. Currently, what is most on your mind seems to be, we're going to start with some of the, I'll go through the immediate cards and then go through the clarifiers following. But the immediate cards are the Eight of Swords. So that tells me in itself you are going through something that is a bit agonizing. So you're certainly in that mode of overthinking triggers and anything that's causing you to emotionally restrict in some way. That's where there's a level of frustration. So currently I feel like you're in a level of frustration, feeling a bit blocked at every turn, something along that line. But there's definitely a restriction here, and a need to sort of free yourself. But it is self-imposed. So this is not something that's actually completely trapping you. This is something you are putting yourself into. So whether this is you caught in some kind of mental depression, or whether this is an enduring chronic condition or something like that, this is something that tells you that this is something that you're using the illness or whatever, possibly for some of you, as an escape. So what I would say here, you're trying to find an escape from the frustration, and there's an inability to free yourself from this situation. So again, you feel powerless in some way. So we're also going to be looking at things about how to correct this and all of that too. Sorry, it's very sunny where I am right this second, so it's a little hard to see some of my cards. But then we also have the Seven of Wands, and then we also have the card of the Lovers. So we'll go into all of those here in just a second. So there's still a lot of enduring, qualities, so don't worry, this is going to get better. When we get to the Hierophant, there is something here that kind of speaks to a long-term connection that's also at the forefront. The Hierophant is a major card, major arcana, so that does mean like this seems to be the main focus. That is the issue. So there is something of an establishment, a structure, business, or something here with that you're a traditional way of dealing with something that seems to be the focus. So it feels like you follow the rules and you've done all the methods, and things maybe haven't proved self successful with the Eight of Swords here, but don't compromise yourself because things are going to change. So again, Hierophant is still that long-term kind of issue. But even in terms of health, this would sort of speak to, maybe you don't feel like you've got emotional support, adequate sort of advice, or, you're resisting somehow this, some kind of situation around potential health or mental, whatever this is. But I'm telling you right now, this card and all of the cards that flow do indicate that there is going to be an ability to heal yourself. It's in your own power. You are the healer in this situation. What I say, of course, take it as it resonates. I mean, if you're dealing with some very strong medical issues, I'm not going to say do everything on your own, but you are a very strong your mental state is strongly correlated with your well-being and how you heal. So this could also represent a medical facility, things of that nature. So hi Tessa, sorry Tessa, sorry, I just can't see the cards very well. The sun is a little bit bright out today, oddly enough, after rain. So either way, like I said, they're still seeking medical advice or attention, but also, because I'm not a doctor here, so again, take it as it resonates, but I do see that you are strongly influencing the situation mentally, and that seems to be somehow creating your outcome. Now, the other card here is the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is almost like you're back and forth, back and forth. You're trying to figure something out. You're overwhelmed. You've tried all these, various modalities to heal yourself or do something. Whatever the situation is, this is what's predominantly on your mind. And of course, twos are all about trying to find balance. Definitely speaks to, waiting for a period, decisions that are to be made. But the Two of Pentacles is also in that realm of, trying to find a way of getting through something, but it's almost like there's a lot of stress that's correlated with this situation because it's ups and downs, highs and lows. There's a lot around balancing this out. So I feel like ultimately the news is good. And again, it's somehow just related around your mental state. But I feel like some kind of readjustment and a bit of more of a plan in calming yourself down or whatever it is, it's somehow related around the mindset as well, because that's really strongly interfering with whatever this is. Okay, Now we're going to get into these two cards. So I'm going to pull that down for a second. So again, we started out with the Eight of Swords. We're going to tie this all in here now as well. So now the Seven of Wands is a certain level of resistance or able to get to the other side of things. So, this is where you're actually able to push yourself past through the situation so that you get to the other side. So basically what I'm going to say right now is if we're looking at kind of the immediate overview of things, there are some physical, emotional, and spiritual challenges here. I don't feel like the condition that you're dealing with is rooted so much in the body as it is tied to suppressed emotions, mental conflict, and possibly a sense of disempowerment or, not feeling like you're good enough. But this is all reversible. This is not a broken situation. This is a pause situation. So again, for whoever this resonates for, this is somebody who feels mentally trapped in a situation. The Two of Swords that was following, which is below, also indicates that there's another decision of some sort along with that Two of Pentacles. So it does, with the Three of Swords, you're feeling mentally trapped in some way. Again, there's it is a progression with those cards, but I would still say that despite that overwhelm, inner conflict, and past emotional trauma or heartbreak, and not feeling good enough along that line, it all sort of correlates into that branch. But it does feel you're almost spiritually disconnected or uncertain of your path. So it's like there's a decision that you're avoiding, and maybe it's confronting the emotionality of something. And again, you don't have to confront everything all at once. You can do it incremental. But it's like this is about a lesson in self-worth, trying to find your personal power in a situation. So I feel like, you've got the Seven of Wands here. So this is the ability to fight through this. This shows strength. You're not weak. You're just overwhelmed. There's a difference. Do you need more balance emotionally, physically in your daily routines? It feels like you're juggling too much. Again, with that Two of Pentacles. There's something here about possibly repressing states of mind as well because of the Swords energy, Two and Three of Swords. And there's also something here that talks about you've got the intellect to invade it, though, to figure out how things, can open up and fix or correct for yourself. So again, that's really strong energy, and it's very mature energy. You're quite intellectual and feel like you have the ability to understand your body or use your logic, your reasoning, clear thinking to sort of figure this out. There may still be you seeking some kind of medical advice or elements along that line, or a health professional that you trust. But I still feel like overall you have the ability to fix this. And again, a lot of this is controlled around your mindset with the Lover's card and that King of Cups energy. That is still speaking to this being like it's an absolute yes, you can fix it. But it definitely speaks to, aligning with self-love and vulnerability. So it's okay to be vulnerable. And yes, yes, people will take advantage of you. It's just kind of the quality of life. But it's about how do you interpret that, without scarring yourself. So it's things along that line. So you're showing emotional maturity, and that is key to healing and those suppressed feelings. Or those fears or that shame. And of course, we had the Six of Wands that came out here too. Sorry, just trying to find that one. But the Six of Wands also came out, which is a victory card. So that tells me that it confirms that you can overcome this. This is not something that is permanent by any stretch. And again, maybe there's something that you can do with vitamins or otherwise that would help the situation. But there's a lot of emotional healing that's coming through with the King of Cups. So I feel like this is especially with that Three of Swords, King of Cups, Three of Swords. That's a really strong combination that you're likely to process past this pain. So whether this is through therapy or energy healing or anything along that line, hypnosis or whatever, this is still about the mind-body connection, because we are talking about the Two of Cups that came out here. So the Two of Cups, we are talking about that mind-body connection. So there is some kind of benefit, again, from breath work, body awareness, anything to restore physical confidence, which would be, and that's what the cards are talking about with the Knight of Swords. This is physical confidence. You want to restore that. Body strengthening, gentle movements, activities that help to boost dopamine, that kind of thing, exercise, things along that line. So again, there's still a lot of momentum, still a lot of research. There's still a lot about, finding a safe person to speak with and open up about this situation. It'll help immensely. We also have the Ten of Pentacles, but we also have the Nine of Pentacles. And so the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, this is incredibly good energy. It feels like it's alone with the Nine, but you are all through this situation. It's almost to the end of that, and then this is where you start to see you've got more support, non-judgmental, loving relationships, investing in long-term healing. It isn't a quick fix, but again, it does show an equal full body health and stability, which is the Ten of Pentacles. So again, that Knight of Cups is sort of the gentle nudge toward, it is the gentle nudge in the direction to emotional openness, love, trust, romance, or safe emotional action, because otherwise the stressor is what is bringing things in and blocking things. So what I want to say there is in the first 3 months, I would say this is where you're kind of moving toward that emotional awareness and detoxifying shame and light physical activity and watching your diet. And then there's something here with the 4 to 6 month mark where you're seeking support. You're kind of reclaiming your power, and then that's when the improvement starts to really begin. 6 to 9 months out, energy returns, and then intimacy is, more possible again with the Two of Cups and the Lover's card. So it's really strong there. 6 to 9 months, everything really corrects itself, but you'll see the progress all the way through. And again, there's more joy, there's more health, there's pleasure, there's success. This is full healing by 12 months for sure, but mostly about the energy returning, and all things are possible again, and the confidence building in the 6 to 9 months. But 4 to 6 months is where you're kind of seeking the support, again, where you reclaim your power. And again, I feel the first 3 months is really about detoxing of the thoughts that are blocking you, or the things that harbor some of the problem. So again, it's a reflection of the deeper emotional wounds and its internal fear and that spiritual disconnect that are this causing you to separate from your body in a sense. So the healing is definitely possible, but it's healing from the inside out. So release the guilt, release the shame or the lack that you feel, and then you'll start to restore everything else. So I don't feel like this is any kind of permanent situation. Like I said, whatever it is that's hitting you, it's designed to heal you in some way. So it helps you to address all the areas that you, through the full body, the physical body is telling you what you're not paying attention to, and to start to heal those areas. So that's what I have for you. Keep moving forward, guys. And that's for Cancer for the month currently that you're in. Anyway, that's what I've got.